Hi guys, so thank you for continuing to follow me even if I didn't post for a while. Long story short, I was very busy. I was busy training myself, training my students here and with my online training and promoting my online video course. So thank you for stick together and to send me many emails, and thank you very much for that. So I receive a lot of especially Facebook messages and YouTube comments. It seems that martial art mostly moves in these two social media, as far as I know. Help me to understand if there is more on the new ones, TikTok, Snapchat, whatever. I'm not very practical of that. I barely can keep up with the social media that I already have, which is mostly Facebook and YouTube. So I receive a lot of messages regarding like what kind of training you do and what kind of differences there are from your training, directed to me specifically, and the other Taiji courses or the other Taiji masters or the other Taiji that we already know. So I think right now we are all people who have passion, who have started maybe in the early 90s, like pretty much we all did with Chinese martial art, because before it didn't existed, pretty much in the West, it was pretty rare, especially in Europe. So we all have 20-ish or 25 or some of us 30 years of experience of Chinese martial art. And so we all have done a certain kind of path through which we have developed our convictions, our ideas, our understanding of what is and what is not traditional Chinese martial art. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we all have developed what we know in base of what we have practiced. The problem is that what we have practiced was what the system of media, information, give it to us. So as soon as there was a new master, a new form, a new system, we got it from media, that now are social media. Back in the 90s was like magazines, was like flyers, was radio and movies. Not much TV series at that time was promoting these kind of things, but also TV series. So we all get what we know from something. So never really forget this, because it seems that we are all speaking from some higher level of understanding where things happen just because I have my knowledge from a master that live under my bed that only I know, that nobody can see but me. And there are maybe, information system or books, secret books or secret movies or whatever that told me something that the other people do not know. So I think we all live in a kind of bubble. This bubble is made out of our ego, is made of our personality. So remember that what we do is not entirely cultural, it's physical and cultural. And the physical part is not even gymnastic or running or whatever, or diving, or it's actually combat. So combat implies that you test yourself in front of other people, competing, trying to beat another person down. If the person beats you, means that you are not very good. So never forget that we are not like horse riding or professional divers or I don't know. So what we do is test ourselves in front of another person. So in the back of our mind we always have this problem, is that we need something to validate that we are good, that we are strong, that we can beat everybody else, or we can beat most of the people down the streets. Maybe not one or two, because those are particularly good, but the 99%, we can beat them down with our kung fu, with our karate, with our judo, with whatever. This is something that it works from the back of our mind, like it's running, in parallel with all of our thoughts. And that is something that we need to understand. So there are these two things I just say. One, consider that what you know, all of your convictions, they all come from something. Your knowledge comes from something. So if you want to know if you are on the right path, start to question your sources. Is your source something that is strictly related with the Chinese government? Don't just leave it there. Be brave. Be very brave. And okay, if it's from the Chinese government, probably it's bullshit. Probably it's not something very traditional. Probably something made up 50, 60 years ago and was made for a certain kind of practice, a certain kind of cultural involvement. First. Second, on the back of your mind is always running a problem fueled by your own ego that is telling you constantly, you are better than the others, you're better than the others, you can beat everybody down, you're very good, your punch can kill Mike Tyson, blah, blah, blah. There is always this thing. The first one, just start to be brave and question your sources. That will bring you to, sources that you have never, ever even thought about. If you start to question your sources. Now, you don't have to be, picky and say, oh, this one, at every stage and workshop. No. You have to do it consciously, of everybody understanding consciously. You have to evaluate the feeling of other people around you. Consider that this is your personal research. No one else than you is involved. So there are no friends per se in doing a research of this kind. Don't think that if a big group is following one source and you like the group, but you don't like the source, but you do like the group, that means that you have to go. No. Start to question the master. Who was the master? A very shady guy? So why should I do that? Your time is yours only. Understand and consider that it's the only thing you have. Once it's wasted, you're done. First. Second, try to shut off your ego. Try to understand that you are not doing this for beat the people down. You are not doing this for be superior. You are not doing this to beat the bully that was following you after school. Try to shut it down for a moment. It's not that easy. It's not that easy because maybe that's the real reason why you first approached Chinese martial arts. Don't do that. This is a cultural and physical research that need to be treated, if you want real results, need to be treated as a field of professional study. Exactly the same if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be an engineer, if you want to be an architect. It's the same. Follow a big, important school that maybe is not the one that people tell you that is good, but it is good. Go to the original source. Learn the language that the people who made that specific science speak. If you want real results. If you don't want real results, don't waste your time, do something else. Because this field of study has sense only if you do it at 100%. So think to a doctor who do it just for fun. Doesn't exist. Think to a dentist that do it just for fun. It doesn't exist because the thing that you have to do, or you do it or you don't, or you are actually able to be a doctor, a dentist, an architect, an engineer, or there is no a part-time engineer, there is no hobbyist engineer who have to build a bridge. If you have to build a bridge, and the bridge don't have to collapse, you need a very solid foundations. So Don't take yourself too seriously, but do the thing seriously. So, thank you for watching.